Začenjamo s prispevkom What the Future Wants, a critical look at digital technologies. What the Future Wants je interaktivna razstava, zasnovana skupaj z 200 mladimi, starimi med 13 in 18 let, ki preizprašuje odraščanje v digitalnem svetu. Njen namen je opredeliti, kaj mladi želijo ohraniti in spremeniti v svoji digitalni prihodnosti. Magistrica Dominika Knoblochová je koordinatorica projekta, ki se odvija pod okriljem nevladne organizacije Tactical Tech. Slednja se ukvarja z raziskovanjem in sistematičnim spremljanjem vpliva tehnologij na družbo s spodbujanjem dialoga z javnostjo in pomembnimi osebnostmi v družbi. Ms. Knoblochová, hi, and warmly welcome to our Congress.
Hello, thank you so much for invitation.
So the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much. I will just share my presentation. Hopefully you see everything. So hello, I would like to welcome everyone. As it was already said, my name is Dominika Knoblochová, and I'm a coordinator of Tactical Tech's ongoing youth initiative, which basically aims to put young people in the driving seat of their digital futures through education, co-creation, and capacity building. And Tactical Tech is an international non-profit organization based in Berlin. And it has been working for almost 20 years on the impact of technology on society and individuals. And we are trying to find ways, some creative ways to give people knowledge and understanding of how they can navigate their digital environments. Goal of this short presentation are basically that I would like to present our project called What the Future Wants, and alongside that also our approach, how do we work with young people, and also how the project is relevant for libraries and educators, and what kind of possibilities of engagement there are. So What the Future Wants project. Since young people grew up in an environment that is increasingly driven by and dependent upon digital technologies, our aim is to understand the perspective of young people and present it. So through research, educational curricula, and creative interventions, we work towards increasing the data literacy of young people, and we try to inform them and also the public about current issues of the use of digital tech. And we try to create a space for debate, bring young people's voices to this debate, and encourage critical thinking about a digital environment we all experience now, and also we would like to live in the future. And last but not least, we also try to enable educators and youth-focused initiatives to engage young people in critical data literacy. As the starting point of our youth project was actually another Tactical Tech's project, which is called The Glassroom. It is a public intervention that aims to demystify technology through immersive, thought-provoking, and self-learning interventions or exhibitions, which basically invite people to reflect critically on their relationship with technology, and tries to present challenges the world we live in. And originally, as you can see on these two pictures, it was a large-scale exhibition presented in bigger cities as Berlin, San Francisco, or New York. But actually, more and more we felt the urge, and we wanted to have it in a more accessible format, which can be hosted basically by anyone. not only by bigger institutions or galleries, but also schools, libraries, or basically by individuals. And that's why we, approximately 3 years ago, we developed a so-called community edition of the Glassroom, which basically consists of several posters and apps, which are easily accessible through websites. And you can see them some of them on these two pictures. And our latest edition is focusing on the topic of misinformation, and it explores how social media and internet have changed the way we read information and react to it. Glassroom was already hosted at around 500 events in more than 60 countries around the world. And it has been translated to many languages, and also including Slovenian. So this is also one possibility which basically was taken also by schools and libraries, how to present these kind of information to the public. But during the last years, we received a lot of feedback and demand from educators, teachers, and librarians to have some more youth-focused related content. And since the Glassroom exhibition has proven that it is a very effective tool for informing, engaging, and also educating the audience, we have decided to create a youth version of this exhibition. And then we stand in front of the question, okay, we would like to create a youth version of the exhibition, but it should not be created just by us as adults, but we should, of course, include young people, and it should be developed alongside young people. That's why the first step we have done was that we created co-development workshops, which we conducted both by ourselves at Tactical Tech, or also with the help of our partners across Europe. And actually, one of the partners was Central Library of Srečko, Belhar Koper. And our main question was in this process, what kind of issues will resonate with young people, and what kind of formats of engagement will work with them. So as you can see on the slide, we have conducted in the beginning of the phase 10 workshops. Afterwards, we conducted even more. And in these 10 workshops, there were more than 200 young participants from 11 countries across Europe. And this kind of brought us also a bit of different perspectives, both social or culture. And actually the work was amazing. Young people were very engaged, and they had very awesome insights, and they very liked also the opportunity to join the process and join the discussion, which again proved us that it's super important to involve them in the whole process. And thanks to this high engagement, we also decided to have weekly Discord sessions, which is basically online server. And these online sessions help us to keep the engagement with young people, and also created a group or kind of community of young people from different countries, and also give them space where they can meet, debate. And also for us, it was important to have this kind of space to test the content we were preparing. And overall, based on these activities, we have created the What the Future Wants exhibition, which I would like to present you now. So What the Future Wants is interactive, youth-focused exhibition, and it presents different perspectives on technology from personal to political level to basically a level of planetary topics and issues. And it was launched this summer. So we are still in a very beginning of this phase. We are starting to host it in schools, libraries, and culture centers across Europe, and soon also, and actually already behind Europe, already we have some partners in Africa, South America, and Asia. And basically this is creating a critical space, not only for young people to reflect their experience within a digital space and debate on their experience, or also make some kind of demand for their digital future. And the exhibition consists of 3 types of the content, which you can also see on these pictures. As you can see on the walls, there are a series of posters. Then we developed activities. And the third element are so-called bubble quotes. And plus, we have created some additional materials, which I will also present later. But now let's briefly have a look on the content. So first series of posters called How Your Phone is Devious by Design is focused on persuasive design techniques. Basically, it explains that technology as being addictive is not necessarily our fault, because it is optimized by engineers, designers, and psychologists to basically keep us hooked. And we tend to come for more. And within these posters, we are presenting different tactics which are used in our devices or online. Second series of posters called The Real Life of Your Selfie is focusing on biometric technologies, for example, facial recognition. And probably you already experienced that these technologies are more and more present in our life. So we try to help understand how this technology works and how it can be used or misused. And it basically, this poster describes what happens to your face when it's captured and how it may affect your rights. Third series of posters called Out of Hand is informing about social and environmental aspects of phone production, from basically mining precious materials to disposal and e-waste, which was actually a very big topic, this kind of environmental aspect within youth generation. That's why we wanted to also include that. And the last one is called Google Society, and it examines big tech companies and their role in our lives and society. Particularly here, we are focusing especially on Google. We are asking questions about who is Google, what Google does, and also what does it mean that big tech companies have so much data and money. So these were the posters, and basically alongside each poster, we paired an activity which goes deeper to each topic. And we developed various types of activities, from drawing to writing, from quiz to some kind of self-reflection questionnaire. And these activities are in a format of postcards, which can be basically presented alongside the posters and within the exhibition. And these activities provide deeper reflection on what visitors, participants learned from the posters, and also it helps to be more engaging, fun, and also, of course, memorable. And also, actually, it can serve as a prompt for kind of following discussions or workshops. And basically, as I said during the co-development workshops, discussions were for us probably the most insightful. And it was also a great peer learning. So we wanted to present opinions and perspectives of participants, of young people in the exhibition as well. So that basically leads us to this last element of the exhibition, which are these reflective quotes from young people. And the same interaction which we had during the workshops, we also tried a bit to transfer to the exhibition. So people attending the exhibition, not only that they can do these activities, but we also created these empty bubble quotes with some prompts to give the opportunity to add new coming participants and visitors their ideas, opinions, and add their new quotes. So basically everything which I presented kind of creates each exhibition also very unique, because since all of the visitors and participants can add their thoughts and ideas and outcomes from the activities to the exhibition. The exhibition is not some kind of just let's say stable presentation of the topic, but it is something what is growing, and every exhibition becomes unique. And as you can see, we were focusing a lot how to make this whole experience interactive and engaging. And all of the materials are very straightforward, so you can use it in a space without any facilitation, because visitors can read all the steps on the papers. But actually, there is a lot of possibilities how to work with these resources in also facilitated environment, or how to take just maybe part of the resources and create it or use it within the workshop. And since we would like to reach wide range of audiences and be accessible as much as possible, we developed a so-called easy print format. So basically, whole exhibition and materials can be just printed on a basic printer usually available without any bigger resources needed. And for that, we also created very straightforward setup manual, which gives you which helps you through the whole process from the preparation, printing, and also presents different types of facilitation and work with the exhibition. And actually, this is also something we thought that it could be very unique, because also the preparation of the exhibition can be already done as a participatory activity, maybe within a small group of the participants, so they already can take ownership. And this we find very important as a part of the learning process. It can be very nice group work or community experience. And especially if it's also done already with young people who can host it themselves, and through that also they can realize that and feel that they are basically part of something a bit bigger and part of this community of what the future wants exhibitions and project. Currently, exhibition is in 7 languages, which you can see here in this bold, and it's including also Slovenian. And we are finalizing or planning next 8 languages, and I believe in following months we will probably translate the exhibition to even more. The content overview can be found on our websites, which I can later share in a chat. And you can find there as well additional resources. And one of the additional resource is Educator's Guide. And you can find there all of the activities, and also we are planning to add there in the next weeks and months new materials, new activities, some facilitation tips, and basically everything what can help the host to present and use these materials. And you can also find there links to another relevant projects from Tactical Tech, as it's the Glassroom project, which I mentioned in the beginning. Or also we present there some external works from individuals or organizations which we found interesting and they are relevant to these topics. And I would like to, in just 2 minutes, present another resource, which we also developed in past within the youth project. And it is very relevant also for the exhibition because it can be used alongside. And it is called Data Detox Youth. And basically it is educational material in a format of A4 interactive, playful worksheets with very concrete tips how to be more secure in the online environment, how to protect your privacy, and how to deal with misinformation. Already it is in 15 languages. Unfortunately, it's not in the Slovenian, but we are always open to possible collaborations and for new translations. And besides these resources, additional resources I presented as Data Detox or Educator's Guide, we also developed several workshops which are focusing deeper on certain topics as online influence, algorithms, and bias. And some of them are you can download online all of the outlines with the presentation, so it is something also which can be used. And some of them we are providing on a request. And also we provide a training of trainers for facilitators or for libraries and also another educators to help them within this process, how to work with our materials and how to facilitate the workshops and so on. As I have already mentioned several times, the collaboration with libraries is basically very important for us because they are basically key partners, since libraries has great access to local communities. They have amazing experience with different audiences and provides facilitation of the workshops and other events. That's why we are always very open to any kind of collaboration. And here you can see actually how differently already our materials were hosted in different institutions. And also on the left picture, you can see how some of the libraries were also very creative within using materials during the pandemic when libraries were closed. So, for example, they used Windows and to access to use the materials and how to access the public. Actually, our materials are very, very flexible, let's say, and they can be displayed in many different formats and places. Basically, what you usually have, and we try to fit. And basically, this is almost everything. I would like to support you that if you would be interested in any of our resources I've presented, reach us. The best is to reach us at youth@tacticaltech.org, and we will be very happy to provide you support with hosting, provide all of the materials. Maybe very important information is that all of the materials are free. and we are very happy to any possible collaborations. And what you also can see, and I can later share, are the links where you can find information about the project, and you can see overview of the materials. So that's it from me.
Thank you so much for your presentation of this really exciting exhibition. So all the material of this exhibition is translated into Slovenian, and all the material is also available on your website. So there is a possibility for Slovenian libraries to host it and to create it on their own.
Yeah, exactly. We are very flexible and very open to different possibilities, because I can imagine that in some libraries there is wider space, so and also more possibilities how to host it, and maybe somewhere there is lack of space. So we are also willing to maybe share or to host just maybe a posters, or maybe just take the activities and create a workshop. So it is very flexible, and the best way is basically to reach us directly, and on the websites you can see overview of the materials, but we usually send the print files because they are a bit bigger, so that's why we do not have them directly on the websites.
Thank you. And what is your ultimate goal?
Well, I guess there are many ultimate goals, but one of the main goal is basically to bring public, and in our case of the project, young audience and young people into the debate about current issues, of course related to technology, but in these days technology is basically part of almost every part of our life. So we find very important to empower young people, that they would feel that their voice is important and it's heard, and that they can kind of formulate their ideas and also influence how the digital future will look like.
During your research, did you notice any differences between young people from different countries?
It's very interesting question. Actually, of course, there were like some kind of minor differences. Usually, I don't think that it was a huge difference between countries, especially all of the countries, which is important to mention, were from Europe. But of course there were differences based on the background of each young people, because of course some of them were more informed already, some of them for some of them were those topics something very new. But what was, I guess, more common was their amazing interest in these topics and a huge interest to be a part of the debate, which for my from my perspective is very important.
And do you maybe have any similar projects planned for the other target groups of people, such as, for example, parents of preschool and primary school children? Or perhaps maybe another very vulnerable group of people in this digital world, the seniors and other adult people.
Yeah, actually, most of it is planned. Of course, it's a very long-term process, but with one of our partners, we are discussing how to make these resources available for younger, basically for kids around the age of 10 and maybe a bit less. So this is something we are currently discussing. And actually in the future, in very near future, we also plan intergenerational project, which is basically how to connect parents and young people and maybe also seniors in mutual debate. So hopefully it is coming in the next years.
Thank you for all the answers. Tukaj bi rada še mogoče povabila vse ostale, če imajo še kakšno vprašanje, kar pogumno in zastavite vprašanje v Q&A. Če vas še kaj zanima v zvezi s tem res zanimivim projektom. Otherwise, I would like to thank you, Ms. Knoblochová, for your very interesting presentation. And we will continue with our program with another very interesting presenter. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for invitation, and we will be looking forward for possible collaborations.
Thank you. Good luck with your work.
Thank you.